efficiency. This kid can get wherever he wants to with the basketball. Get in there. Working against Jaron Grant. There's that mid-range, and it looked pretty smooth.
Tapping his way in. Spins on Gallinari. Gives it up. Oh, he was right there. And a foul as Thibault goes to the basket. Boy, Simmons, uncontested, had a layup, but he leaves it for Thibault, who makes something out of it and is headed to the line.
Well, but that's when you know that the game is in your head. That's a dunk for Ben Simmons right there.
Well, that's honestly wild. How do you go from knocking down mid-range jump shots in the Summer League to passing up a wide-open dunk in the fourth quarter of a Game 7? Does Simmons have a decent jumper, but he's too afraid to shoot? The truth about Simmons' jumper and the Sixers' collapse is coming up. This is Topic Tackle. Let's go. What's good, people? JC3 here, and think about this. From 2016 to now, you're looking at the same player who's been paid more money but has a less versatile offensive game. This just doesn't add up, right? First, I'll give credit where credit is due. At 6'11", Ben Simmons is a rare talent at the point guard position. He grabs boards to kickstart the fast break, he's a great passer, he can handle the rock well, and he's a solid defender. But all of that isn't good enough for a former #1 pick who's getting paid max dollars. We expect players' games to progress, and Simmons appears to have scaled back his offensive game since the Summer League and beginning of his rookie year. Just look at some of the jumpers Simmons was attempting and knocking down during his first 12 games as a Sixer. Where did that bend go? Reasonable fans aren't asking Simmons to suddenly shoot like LeBron, who's another player who developed the ability to shoot over the course of his career. They're simply asking him to try. Whether it comes to switching to his right hand, which stats from his time in college show he heavily favored on non-jumpers, or spending more time in the gym practicing his left-handed jumper, Simmons has much work to do. There's a bigger issue at play here though, and that's the evident loss of confidence from Simmons in the Atlanta series. Once the Hawks fully embraced the Hack-a-Simmons strategy, they gained a serious advantage. Simmons shot 15 for 45, that's 33.3% from the line in the series, and 34.2% from the line in the 2021 playoffs overall.
34% shooting in the postseason. For anybody who's attempted 70 or more, it's the worst free throw percentage shooting in the history of basketball. And this is a league Wilt Chamberlain and Shaquille O'Neal played in.
Right.
And they shot better from the free throw line than Ben Simmons. This is very, very bad.
What's understood in basketball is that the usual way to kickstart your offense is to get to the line and see the ball go in. But when a team is willingly sending you there because you can't make free throws, that's a huge blow to your confidence. Hence why you'd pass up a wide open dunk in the fourth quarter of a Game 7, or fail to attempt a single field goal in the fourth quarter in 5 out of 7 games. Yeah, this definitely goes beyond simply working on a free throw or jump shot. This man needs his confidence back. Moving on to another point, while Scottie Pippen has said some controversial things this past week, mainly speaking to the LeBron Durant comparison, one thing he said when comparing Giannis and Simmons was spot on. Acknowledging that both of their weaknesses lie in shooting the basketball, Pippen said, "Giannis don't mind being humiliated. That's the difference between him and Ben Simmons." Giannis has also struggled at the free throw line this postseason, shooting just 56.2% through Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The difference is that Giannis hasn't stopped attacking the basket, with recent numbers putting him at over 11 attempts per game from the restricted area, and a team-leading 4.9 field goal attempts per fourth quarter. Simmons was a stark contrast to that, as again, he notably shied away from contact against the Hawks to avoid going to the line, and only attempted 3 shots across all 7 fourth quarters of the semifinals.
I know Philly.
Yeah.
I worked there for 17 years. I was a columnist for my last time. Let me tell you something right now. That city ain't gonna ever forgive him for what they have seen. And here's why. Not just that he missed shots, he didn't take them.
Yeah.
See, when you see the Greek freak in Milwaukee miss or make, he takes them. Ben Simmons is literally scared to shoot the basketball.
If Stephen A is right about Philly not being able to forgive Simmons, he may have no choice but to seek a trade, and that's something his agent is currently exploring, according to reports. While Simmons was a main reason why the process failed this season, he certainly wasn't the only one. Simmons actually did a great job on Trae Young defensively in Game 7, but 17 turnovers from Philly, some of them being costly live ball turnovers, led to their undoing. Even though Embiid continued to post MVP-type numbers after suffering suffering a small lateral meniscus tear in Game 4 of the first round against Washington, he had 8 turnovers in Game 7 against the Hawks, including an essentially game-ending turnover that Gallinari poked the ball away from him on his spin move. And I'm surprised he was even able to play at all after his injury, but regardless of his numbers, that had to be bothering him. And finally, think about this. Embiid was essentially leading the Sixers on one knee. The Sixers were plus 51 with Embiid on the court and minus 31 without him in the Hawks series. And here's a great example via CBS of what happened when Dwight Howard and Simmons were paired together on one side of the court while Tobias Harris iso'd on the other. Capella is free to help off Howard, and Collins doesn't have to worry about Simmons, so he can box out for the board. You know, Doc Rivers' old school style of playing multiple bigs doesn't work anymore, but he's still playing multiple big bodies who can't shoot, so the floor becomes much smaller in the half-court setting. And all I know is if one player on the court can't shoot jumpers, he can't be paired with another player that can't or simply won't shoot them as well. There's a lot for Philly to work on this offseason, and I want to know what you think. Is it time to bust the process by trading Simmons? If not, what moves would you make? Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and we'll be back with more Topic Tackle coming soon. Stay solid, people.